Hey guys, I'm Camelia and I'm back again with another opinion video. That's right. So today I wanted to talk about toxic positivity. Now, don't get me wrong, it is very essential to be positive because, life is pretty harsh. So you have to kind of be positive at some point in time in order to face its difficulties and move on. But that's a different thing because toxic positivity is when you are positive all the time, almost like a madman, just laughing and smiling your way through everything. And while that idea, has a kind of a good thought coming behind it, like, yes, if you smile, if they say fake it till you make it, things like that. But you can't just laugh your way through all of life, like evolutionary wise, we have been given other emotions for a purpose, like as a purpose, because there are other things in life that we have to deal with. So it's like we have to match the appropriate emotion with each event, in case it's not clear. But toxic positivity has become toxic because it's not only kind of enforcing the idea that if you don't smile or laugh through everything, even the worst kind of tragedies in your life, then you are not strong enough, but it's essentially almost shaming other people who may have just the slightest amount of emotions, because it's that idea that just a little bit of negative emotions are just so negative that it just ruins everyone's lives, when it is not true. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel hurt, betrayed. Even really toxic emotions like jealousy, envy, they are there for a reason, and it's human nature to feel that way. But with toxic positivity, it's like you're essentially not allowed to share any other emotion besides happiness. And it kind of just makes people expect that everyone's going to be happy all the time, when in reality, if you block out your emotions or you bottle them up, it's eventually just going to burst, and it's going to be just so bad. Like, the repercussion is going to be so bad and counterproductive that no amount of fake happiness or real happiness is going to make up for that, because it's not only going to ruin your emotions, but also kind of like your relationship with other people as well, if you just burst on them all of a sudden from holding your emotions in deep and within. So this little culture of toxic positivity, I guess it's kind of the same parallel as that hustle culture, where all you have to do is hustle. It's kind of like that millennial things enforced it for us Gen Z, but we don't really care either. It's like, just like something, too much of a negative thing's not good, too much of something positive isn't good either, because we need a balance. So it's just like hustle's always like you have to work hard, you can't give up, blah, blah, blah. Even if something's not right for you, you still have to make it. All that positive reinforcement and strength and all that, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of the same thing with positivity, like that positive mentality of you have to laugh through everything. You have to kind of take everything positively, when obviously that's fake. I don't think that any human in this world is positive all the time or deals with something positively all the time. It's kind of like a facade where we just say it to sound like we're strong and impressive, which is also a bad reinforcement of the idea that in order to be strong, you have to take everything with a teaspoon of smiles, when that is obviously not true, because humans are meant to be human, obviously. So it's just things like that are so annoying, to the point that on social media, if someone shares any little bit of kind of a sad news, or not even a sad news, like the way that they are feeling, people automatically are like, why are they sharing it? Or even in real life, if you share some kind of like something where you're not really positive about something, then there will be hundreds of people to lecture you, just saying basic things like, oh, get a positive outlook on life, smile through these things, just be positive and everything will be good, when in reality, we don't always want to hear that. We want our experiences and our emotions to be acknowledged, that yes, this is a really incredibly tough situation you're going through, or that the emotion you are feeling is valid. I may not react like that, but the way that you are reacting Of course, it's valid if that's the way that you are really feeling. And eventually you do have to move on. You do have to embrace happiness, but that moment is in now. So you don't have to get through that situation by embracing a positive mindset that just pretty much strangles your emotions. So it is perfectly okay to be unhappy in life, because it's not cool to stay positive all the time, because life is obviously not cool all the time. So it's not normal or natural to be like that. And because of things like these, like this basic idea of having to be happy or just staying positive about the worst things in life, because of that, people are also, I believe, in my personal opinion, that they are developing a sense of insensitivity also towards others, because they are expecting that because positivity is rewarded and any other thing, even neutrality is not or negativity is not, they are kind of getting insensitive to some of the kind of bad things that are happening all around the world to others. Or even like with the war and everything that's going on nowadays, anyone who is in that toxic positivity mindset will be so overly annoyingly positive about it that they'd be like, just believe in the universe or just believe in positivity and somehow we'll get through this war. And obviously that's not only berating emotionally, but that's not a logical option either. And besides that, people are actually taking this mindset to kind of make profit on it, if that makes sense. I mean, how many of you have seen some of those random influencers who are big on on positivity, because they don't label it as toxic. One of those positivity influencers who are also like life coaches. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously there are therapists or life coaches in the world who are absolutely legit, but so many of the times they're just people who just kind of lecture you about positivity and teach you all these life goal things, which essentially enforce the idea that you have to bottle up your emotions, otherwise you're not going to succeed in life. So it's just little things like they share quotes and all of that, which is just being really unhealthy for people, because they think that in order to evade all the difficulties in life, they have to just smile and smile through everything. But like I said before, we were given emotions for a reason, to emote. And if it was just all about happiness, then we would not be equipped with any other form of emotions. So we have to understand that. Now, the next point. So when I was looking up, things about toxic positivity, because I was just so annoyed of the fact that everyone's just telling everyone else to be positive all the time, and it's not, always gonna be like that. Anyways, when I was looking it up, I kind of found this interesting topic about how toxic positivity relates to narcissists. So it is kind of like strange, but maybe it does make sense, because when you look at it, narcissists are so fake. So they have a mask on, which makes you think that everything is going so well in their lives, because narcissists come in so many forms. So obviously it's not just all about them manipulating you, or, well, they are manipulating you essentially, but it's not just about having a relationship with them of any form. No, they can also manipulate you by showcasing this image of them, of how positive they are in life, how cool they are, how dedicated they are, and how they have achieved everything good in this world, only because of maintaining a positive attitude their entire lives. It's like when they came out of the womb, they were not crying, they were laughing. Anyways, it's just really, really horrible to at times, because then you kind of have this idea that you have to be positive all the time, and you think that you look at other people and you're like, this person is so positive that their lives are so much better than mine, which is obviously not true. But it's essentially more about bottling up your emotions rather than positivity, because real positivity is that you embrace that you're feeling all these emotions: sadness, jealousy, whatever, vanity, anything. But at the same time, you also have hope in yourself. I think that real positivity is hope and belief and faith, rather than kind of making it a fake emotional thing about happiness. So I just really hope and wish that people are encouraged to express themselves and to acknowledge when they are feeling sad, because otherwise it's really detrimental to their own mental health. Because at the end of the day, it's like you are in charge of your mental health, and it's all about you and what emotions you're feeling. So you can't just go by what new thing is trending, because emotions are not a new trend. They're not something to be trending. They are literally natural part and parcel of yourselves that you hold within your brain, your emotions. So it's just things like that. And next time someone posts something or shares something about themselves where they feel vulnerable enough, I don't want people to go like, you can't share these things on social media, or you can't share these with other people. Because yes, on one hand, there are going to be people who laugh about it, but on the other hand, there are going to be people who relate to it. So I can't just be smiling all the time. And that's what I had to say about toxic positivity, because that is it's like a trend now more than anything, like a movement or a trend, which is really not necessary, because emotions are just emotions. And if we do need to spread awareness, it's the fact that you should be able to express your emotions, because it's like your natural right to express everything. So that's all I had to say, and thank you guys for listening. Bye.